We're going to turn now to Michael Cohen's testimony. The president's former lawyer likened Mr. Trump today to a mobster who demands blind loyalty. While Republicans sharply challenged Cohen's credibility, Democrats suggested the president could face new legal trouble. Here's Nancy Cordes.
And nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Like a witness for the prosecution, the president's former fixer and lawyer said he and Mr. Trump committed crimes together.
I am ashamed that I chose to take part in concealing Mr. Trump's illicit acts rather than listening to my own conscience. I am ashamed because I know what Mr. Trump is. He is a racist, he is a con man, and he is a cheat.
With hundreds of people lined up outside, Cohen told the 42 members of the House Oversight Committee that the president broke federal campaign finance laws from the Oval Office.
He asked me to pay off an adult film star with whom he had an affair.
Cohen brought this statement from the personal home equity loan he took out to hide that $130,000 hush payment to Stormy Daniels. He says the president reimbursed him in installments so it would look like a retainer, signing this $35,000 check in mid-2017.
Is there any doubt in your mind that President Trump knew exactly what he was paying for?
There is no doubt in my mind.
Cohen also claimed that the president knew about stolen Clinton campaign emails before WikiLeaks released them.
Mr. Stone told Mr. Trump that he had just gotten off the phone with Julian Assange, and that Mr. Assange told Mr. Stone that within a couple of days there would be a massive dump of emails that would damage Hillary Clinton's campaign. Mr. Trump responded by stating to the effect, "Wouldn't that be great?"
Trump associate Roger Stone and WikiLeaks both denied it today. And Republicans said Cohen, facing 3 years in prison for a slew of federal crimes, shouldn't be believed.
When you filed a false tax return in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016, was all that out of blind loyalty to the president?
No, it was not.
One of Cohen's crimes? Lying to Congress.
Nothing he says or produces has any credibility. Apparently, he even lied about delivering his own child, which his wife had to correct the record.
Cohen admits he lied to lawmakers about a Moscow real estate deal. Says he did it because he knew that's what Mr. Trump, who he served for a decade, wanted.
He would look me in the eye and tell me there's no Russian business, and then go on to lie to the American people by saying the same thing. In his way, he was telling me to lie.
But he never directed you to lie to Congress.
He did not use those words, no.
Cohen also shared financial documents to demonstrate how Mr. Trump would inflate the value of his assets to rank higher on the Forbes billionaires list, then deflate them in order to pay lower taxes.
And was that done with the president's knowledge or direction?
Everything was done with the knowledge and at the direction of Mr. Trump.
Mr. Cohen, how long did you work in the White House?
I never worked in the White House.
And that's the point, isn't it, Mr. Cohen?
No, sir.
Yes, it is.
With President Trump occupied in Vietnam, it fell to his sons to keep a running commentary on the hearing. Donald Trump Jr. tweeting, "Ha ha ha ha, Michael Cohen begged to work at the White House, and everyone knows it." Cohen claimed their father repeatedly said racist things.
And he told me that black people would never vote for him because they were too stupid.
I've talked to the president over 300 times. I've not heard one time a racist comment out of his mouth in private. So how do you reconcile it? Do you have proof of those conversations?
I would ask you to.
Do you have tape recordings of those conversations?
No, sir.
Well, you've taped everybody else. Why wouldn't you have a tape?
That's also not true, sir.
One of his non-answers was revealing, too.
Is there any other wrongdoing or illegal act that you are aware of regarding Donald Trump that we haven't yet discussed today?
Yes, and again, those are part of the investigation that's currently being looked at by the Southern District of New York.
Cohen said he worries now about retribution and regrets his former tactics.
How many times did Mr. Trump ask you to threaten an individual or entity on his behalf?
Quite a few times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
Once the hearing ended, I asked committee chairman Elijah Cummings whether he believes, based on what he heard, that the president committed a crime while in office. His response? It appears he did. Cohen will be back on Capitol Hill answering questions behind closed doors tomorrow, Jeff.
All right, Nancy, thank you very much.